Good morning and happy Monday, everybody. Hey, it's Brian, and we're doing a little bit of an update on our Brian Squared group build, containing a couple of square Brians. Um, we have a lot done. One of those deals where it's like prep and prep and prep and prep and prep, and then all of a sudden, boom, we have an interior and a chassis and an engine and an undercarriage all put together. So yeah, I mean we're cruising along on this part here pretty good. I think the entire insides and undersides of the car are done. We did do a little bit of a variation. The back seat, we thought it would look cool if we had it folded flat, and then there's a little piece that's kind of L-shaped. We sliced that, laid that down also, and then I made a seat back cover with a piece of sheet styrene, painted it all up, and then glued it all in place. I happen to like that a lot better. I was kind of joking with Brian saying that maybe we'll load the back end of the car up with pizza boxes because, in order to pay for the restoration of the vehicle, he's having to get a third job delivering pizzas. Up in the front here, we have our engine, and that's all glued into place, and the exhaust manifolds match up really well with the exhaust pipes, so that's kind of nice. It was a happy surprise. We're hoping that this will all fit together nicely. We're, hoping and really hoping. So yeah, we're really hoping that all fits together. The engine block color it's a lot bluer on camera. The way I'm seeing it on the screen is a lot bluer than it is in person. We used a TS44, which is a Tamiya color, of course, and it's pretty much calsonic blue. I thought that might be a good match, but on camera it's looking a lot darker, so that's kind of an odd deal. Um, we have our wood grain steering wheel, and what we use for that is we use a Tamiya red brown, and then we let that dry up, and over the top of that we use transparent orange, which helps give us a nice looking wood grain glowing effect type of deal. A friend of mine had put me onto that when I was building the Woody Wagon last year. He put me onto that kind of a recipe. I thought that was a great way to do it. And then we have gauge faces in there from our friends over at Best Model Car Parts. We even have the gauges down below. I thought that was kind of a nice little addition for the kit. And yeah, the gauge kit that we got from Best Metal Car Parts has all the gauges, all five up above, the radio faceplate, and then the two little auxiliary gauges that are down below the dash. So very nice. We did do some bare metal foiling on the door panels to help give that more of a stainless look. We did attempt to do it on the dash, but that's just got too much going on with all the gauges and everything. Having a real hard time getting the foil to adhere and kind of conform around everything. So we just went back and brush painted that with some was that flat aluminum. To me, is flat aluminum, so it doesn't look horrible. But after looking at the way the bare metal foil looks on the doors, I thought, yeah, I like this a lot better because it's a lot less reflective. So we just stuck with that. On the bottom side, I still have to put in our shocks, but we have the rear end in place, and then we have the exhaust in place. And I wonder if Brian remembers that the exhaust needs to go on before the rear end goes on. I know he's having a little bit of an issue with that earlier on. I got the drive shaft in place, of course, and all the front suspension. We kind of detail painted that up a little bit, picking out the sway bar and the steering, whatever the hell that thing's supposed to be. But yeah, it's not looking bad. We did do a light wash over the entire bottom, and then some Ushi powder on the trunk. We did do the wash over the top of the trunk, the fuel tank. Excuse me, I need more coffee. But yeah, we did do the wash over the Ushi powder we did on the fuel tank to give it more of a raw metal look, and I really like how that looks. So it's not terribly weathered. It's just sort of like been driven. So that's that for that. There is something that I'm very excited about, and I posted this on Instagram and Facebook and sent it off to a few friends and everything too. But this is the first time we've ever actually hinged the trunk on a car before, and I really like how it turned out. It opens up really nicely. We've done several mock-ups with the rear windshield in place. and the interior installed and everything like that, so that we know that we had enough room to have the hinges and the hinge barrel that's supposed to be in there. I have that painted black right now, and it's fuzzy. There we go. I was having trouble with my geometry because there's this little lip right here that kind of hangs down on the trunk, and I figured, oh, I'll save some space by adding the hinge barrel to that, and it was messing up all of my geometry and stuff. So I ripped it apart, rebuilt it again with the hinge barrel at the same level as the trunk plane. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but somehow I'm not sure how this kind of not sure how it's supposed to work, but it's a geometry type of thing. But yeah, the hinge barrel seems to need to be at the same level as the mountings for the trunk or whatever surface you want to have opening. That really helps out all the geometry and stuff. So I am super pleased with how that looks. I'm just absolutely stoked about that. So all right, so that's what we got going on there. I sent pictures of that to Brian. He pretty much told me I sucked. But I had to. I mean, it actually said on the inside there. It actually said right inside here, remove. So I'm just following instructions, man. But yeah, we're doing pretty well. Oh, and then also, here's our interstate battery, all ready to go in. Once we finally get off our duff and prime and paint this guy. I mean, I am procrastinating painting this so much. I actually hinged the trunk on that, so that's how bad we're procrastinating. But we have until the end of this month of what is this, March? Yeah, it's March. So we got the end of the month to get this done. Brian's probably going to blow us away though. So yeah, thanks for tuning in again, guys, and we'll talk to you a little bit later on. Bye now.